All right, good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? This Pastor Chance here. I'm coming to give you some live updates concerning our reopening for service tomorrow. So, those who are on here, if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them here. I'm just going to give a little second for others who may want to be on to join the conversation. And I'm going to check my phone here so that I can see some of the things that I may not be able to see just by looking at the screen. So, give me just 1 second. Says video starting. All right, good afternoon, everyone. Good, I can see and hear myself on this. Alrighty, so if you're on, feel free to comment. I will be able to see your comments. They will come in on my screen. So again, if you do have a question that you would like to ask for clarity or specifications, just feel free to do so. I'm just going to go through quite a few things and give you all the information that I have as of right now. First of all, thank you so much for being a part of our church family. This is relating to both the FAR and the All Nations churches. So, both church boards have voted to reopen the church Sabbath June the 6th, which is tomorrow. Well, obviously, if you're watching this later on, that's why we give the date. But it's going to be June the 6th already. For us, today is the 5th of June. So, tomorrow at 10 a.m., that will be the beginning of our service. Now, I just want to go through a few things. If you want to get all of the details, here's what I encourage each and everyone to do. Please go to the church website, allnationsSDAchurch.org and farsdachurch.org. There you will find all the guidelines that are necessary for us to have a good transition, or retransitioning rather, into having physical service. So again, familiarize yourself with those items. Now, here's the thing. It is not mandatory that everyone should return to service. As a matter of fact, we are still following the local county officials' health precautions, the CDC guidelines, and those of the Texas Conference. Both instructions for the CDC and the Texas Conference are posted prominently on the home pages for both church website. Again, farsdachurch.org. I recommend that you go and read them. I recommend that you familiarize yourself with them so that way you know what is required. And all of these things are for our own safety and for the well being of our brothers and sisters. We want to make sure that everyone feels safe. We want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable as best as we are able to. So let us take this as an opportunity to worship together and not something that will cause a problem. Okay, we cannot please everyone in every single iota, but nonetheless, everything we do is for the sake of loving our brothers and our sisters. So here we go. Let me see if I can share my screen at this time. I would like you to be able to see my screen so that way you can see what's going on. Let's see if I can switch over here. Okay, voila, you should be seeing my screen right here. So again, this is All Nations Church website. If you scroll down a little bit to the bottom, you will be able to see right here, attention, church services will resume at the physical building on Saturday, June the 6th at 10. Right here we will be incorporating guidelines from our local county health officials, the CDC, and that's the link. If you click on there, which I'm going to open in just a second, you will be able to see those guidelines, okay, and also by the Texas Conference. Same is written here on the FAR Church website. Voila. For those of you who want to still sign up for our physical, our online streaming, we are still doing that. This is the registration link. If you click on there, it will open the sign up box and you can put your details in there to be automatically reminded. So we are still having online services for those who are not able to make it. So if you go here, if you click the link, you will be able to see again coronavirus disease update, and then you have interim guidance for communities of faith. And so just go through these and look at them. I'm going to talk about a few of them, but nonetheless, these are some of the things that are recommended. Okay, not forced upon, but they're highly recommended. So basic stuff. We're still promoting healthy practices, hygiene, washing your hands, using hand sanitizers. So you go to the bathroom, make sure you're doing all of those things. Face covering is recommended. And here we have cleaning. We have done our cleaning, but we do have some requirements after each service. So that will be a question that I'm sure will be asked in just a second when it comes to additional services. So social distancing, we have done quite a bit on that as well, as much as we are able to, and I'll share with you a video on that. Then if you click on the other one, again, these are conference guidelines regarding bulletins. We're not going to be handing out bulletins. Everything will be projected on the screen, and not only that, but we have a WhatsApp group, we have a text group, so we are posting all of these things that will be on the bulletin normally. So we're trying to minimize contact, okay, as far as handling different things. So at the All Nations Church, for example, all the hymnals have already been taken up, so there will be no hymnals, and we ask that you use your Bible. So if you have your Bible on your phone, feel free to do that, or bring your own physical Bible. But we've taken up all of those things for right now, so that way everyone can be safe. Already, there will be no potlucks. Again, all of these are right here. Okay, greeters, again, no handshaking, no hugs. I know we want to hug and greet tomorrow, but we're going to use verbal language, and you can use good hand signs, but let us refrain for now, because again, this is retransitioning. Services are not fully resumed tomorrow. It is a retransitioning process, because for one, we are starting at 10 o'clock and not our regular 9:30. As soon as we begin, we want to go straight into Sabbath school. We are not going to be doing the preliminaries. As soon as we come, we are going to, of course, do a welcome prayer, and we go straight into the lesson. When it comes to the divine service at 11, similar thing. What you're going to do is we're going to have, again, your normal prayer openings, those kind of things, but all the announcement will be projected on the screen. Then we go into the garden of prayer. The garden of prayer will be whoever is doing the garden of prayer does it from the front. We are not going to bring everyone to the front. So those of you who in your seats, you can sit in your seat, or we can stand, if depending on what the person gives guideline from the front. But normally we all come to the front. We all huddle at the front. We're not going to be doing that tomorrow, at least probably for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So this opening, this reopening, again, my brothers and sisters, it is a retransitioning into. It's probably going to take at least 2 to 4 weeks before everyone feels comfortable to return to the church. We have also the guideline and the encouragement that if, for example, if you are sick, if you are having symptoms, if you have pre-existing conditions, please stay home. Okay, there's no problem with that. Again, we will be providing streaming, so please do not feel pressured that you have to return tomorrow. We want to give an opportunity for the people who feel okay, they feel safe. If you're also afraid, and nothing wrong with that either. If you're overly concerned, please, I ask you to remain at home. There's not going to be a problem, and we don't want to. We are each brothers and sisters here, so we are not trying to shame anybody for either coming or staying at home. So you are no better if you come, and you are no worse if you stay home, because we are providing services for both. But there are others who feel okay, they feel confident that they are able to come and worship. We want to give them that opportunity also. So if you have pre-existing condition, if you've been feeling sick, if you're taking care of someone who is sick, then we ask that you stay home. If also you look at some of the guidelines that are recommended by the conference, CDC, and these type of things, and you are not okay with some of them, then it's best if you remain at home as well. There's no problem with that. Okay, so again, let us be clear here. We don't want to fight, we don't want to argue, we don't want to be divisive over something like this. We just want to begin our services, and so I hope that everyone will be fine with that. Okay, Barbara is on. Barbara, if you do have any question or points of clarification, I know we discussed this on Wednesday night, so I'm trying to bring up some of those points that we covered after prayer meeting on Wednesday. So if you want to post a few or copy what you posted in the WhatsApp group and post it here, so that way I can also make sure that I cover each of those points. Okay, so what happens as soon as we come in? Let me get back on screen. As soon as you come in the church building, what you want to do is you want to go straight back. I mean, you want to go straight into the sanctuary. No lingering in the back, no lingering in the foyer, no lingering in the fellowship hall, classrooms. We want everyone to proceed to the sanctuary. Okay, so that's both at the start of the service and at the end of the service. As soon as service ends, let's all proceed and let's all exit. Um, so let's see what else here. Use your phone. Okay, we covered that already. Use your phone for the Bible, hymnals, no lingering in the foyer, in the hallways. Social distancing. As you can see here, we've done our best. Let me show a little video clip. We've tried to make sure that we have folks. Let's see here. So while I speak, I'll just share this video clip right here. So we have already spaced out the chairs as best as we can. Families can sit together. If you're a family, you can sit together. For others, we want you to sit at the edge of each row, okay, or each row of pews. So one on this end and one on the other end. So that will give us sufficient space. So again, if you see the setup here, there's distance between each row. So again, families, you're all fine to sit together. If you do come tomorrow and you have if or you by yourself or you're not families, we ask that you again one on this end of the row, at this person at the other end of the row for each row of pews. Please make sure we observe those type of things. Okay, think we are good on that too. Now let's see what else do we have here. Do, 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 do. Yeah, stay at home if you're sick, all of these things. Let's see what else. I try to write some down here. I guess I'll just pull up my paper, right? No sense pretending I'm, just saying it all out. Live streaming. Yes, we are live streaming. So again, we want to continue doing that. I think that's probably just a standard going forward now, where we're just gonna pretty much be live streaming. So be with us as we work out the kinks, though. Okay. Let's see. Retransitioning. What do we mean by that? It means that we are phasing in, because even if we start a month or 2 months from now, it's going to take a couple of weeks before people feel comfortable returning. So the board decided and chose that we open now. But we know and we don't expect 100% capacity. Or I don't know how many will come, but I'm just saying we're not expecting, because we're definitely not going to be at full capacity, because we're not doing full service as we normally do. The idea is come, we can study the Sabbath school, that's normally a small group, and then we have a sermon from the church that also helps people to begin to feel a little bit, and then feel a little bit good, and then those who are there will help to encourage, hey, it's okay to go back to church, others are there. So that will also help in the phasing in of regular full-fledged service. So by the end, I predict within the next 2 to 4 weeks, anywhere in between there, but at least by the third one, maybe we'll have a full regular service by that time. Okay, latest hopefully at the end of the month. But so we're just giving it 2 to 4 weeks before we see everyone feel comfortable to be back. And that's really all it is, friends. We just want to um, be able to worship, and we just want to be able to give everyone the opportunity who feel comfortable at this time to return for worship. Okay, Barbara, anything else? If you're on here, I don't know who else is on. Let me try to go on my phone. If you are seeing the replay, again, this is for Sabbath, June the 6th. We are reopening the church for service. And those who are okay with coming, you are more than welcome to join us tomorrow for worship. Those who are not okay, or if you are sick, if you are a group that might be most prone to or susceptible to illnesses, we ask that you remain at home, and we will be streaming the services. So do not feel that you will be deprived or left out in any way. We just want to begin the process now of retransitioning into a regular service. I think we have covered most of what needs to be covered. So again, there will be no bulletins. There will be no tithe envelope. Okay, let's talk about that. When you actually go into the sanctuary, all the tithe and offering stuff are in the back of the church. You can pick one up, or they will be in the pews. What you want to do there is, we are not going to collect the offering as in the deacons are going to pick them up. What you're going to do is, on your way out, you will drop your offering in the offering plate. And the internet is always there. So many of us, we have been already doing that for the past couple of weeks online. So you are always welcome to do that. But for those of you who normally still write on the tithe envelopes, again, there will be a time in the service for tithes and offering. Okay, the person on the podium will announce it, do the regular reading, but the deacons or the ushers will not be picking up the offering at that time. So they will just talk about it, but then you will fill it out, and then on your way out, you drop it in the offering plate on your way out. So that's the protocol that we want to follow, and that one I think is also there on the Texas Conference websites for recommendation. Another question, AY. Okay, let's talk about AY. Part of the requirement from the conference is that after every service, we clean and disinfect. Now we've already done that. We ourselves, we have some volunteers went to do a full day of disinfecting. We have a paid person that comes and clean the church, but they do it during the week. So therefore, we will not be able to meet that requirement on Sabbath where as soon as we finish the worship to have the place clean in time for the next service, which is AY in the evening. With that, our recommendation is that the AY will continue but be outside. It will be easier that way. Otherwise, we will not be able to meet the requirement because the person is not coming to clean on Sabbath, and then like we said, those who did the disinfecting and so forth were volunteers. So we don't have that to be able to do right now. So what we will have to do is, again, AY, we still, yes, still have AY. We are not saying do not have AY. But just like last week, for example, the All Nations Church had AY, but it was outside in the back of the church. And that's pretty much good. We're going to utilize all the hard work that the Smiths have done in the back anyway. So why not take advantage of that? So that's where we stand on that, unless the board wants to give some other further guidelines on that. That's what will happen, and that's what should happen from now. But if the board changes, we are okay with that. If the board wants to give, a pass on that and make some suggestions for getting it clean in time for AY, or if there's the AY people are able to do the required cleaning, then we will be able to have it done, and you can do AY inside the church. During the week, like I said, the cleaner comes and they do their stuff during the week before we have our Sabbath services, so that we are okay with. Okay, I think that's all the questions that I have so far. Voila. I recorded this video, by the way, in advance, and I just figured let's just go live because instead of me trying to edit my arms and butts, hey, let's go live. I have some arms and butts in there anyways, so it's easier. So now it's also on our page where I had to go upload it on every place. Now it will just be sharing right here, and it will go also to YouTube. So please share this. If anyone has questions, feel free to email us. Feel free to post in our members group. We have a group on Facebook. We have groups on WhatsApp. We have group of text messaging, and also there's the church email or my email. And those of you who have my number, feel free to send a message as well. Do cooperate with us. Do work with us. Everything is not going to be the way you expected on the first 2 or 3 services. So that is fine. That is expected. So let us just be happy that we are returning to some semblance of regular worship. And again, this is not mandatory. You do not have to come to the church tomorrow. We will be streaming, but we want to give those who feel they are ready that opportunity to come and worship as well. May God richly bless you, and we look forward to seeing many of you on the rise of the morrow. Take care. Happy Sabbath.